So HEK means human embryonic kidney cells, often referred to as HEK cells, are a type of cell line derived from the human embryonic kidney tissue. They are widely used in research, biotechnology, due to the ability to grow rapidly and produce proteins, making them valuable for various scientific applications. So HEK is human embryonic kidney cells. So this is derived from an aborted fetus, from the kidney tissue of the fetus. And why do they use a fetus? Because their cell replication or cell multiplication is very fast. So because the baby that is just created, it has a growth trajectory because it is a fetus that grows into a big human being. It produces lots and lots and lots of cells to multiply and become a fully grown person. So they use fetuses because this rapid growth ability, so the rapid multiplication ability. So because they are rapidly multiplying, creating hundreds and thousands of HEK cells, they can use all of that and put it in the vaccine. So they can use all the gazillions of cells and put it in the vaccine. So that's basically because of its rapid multiplication ability. It gives lots and lots and lots of cells, and they can use it to make lots and lots and lots of vaccines for the whole entire human population has been injected by a aborted fetus. And then you can see this aborted fetal cell line products for US and Canada. So you have all of these, the fetal cell lines, W138, MRC5, HEC293, RA27. So these are all derived from different body parts of a fetus, and you get vaccination for acute respiratory, chickenpox, cystic fibrosis, heart problems, hepatitis A, B. I've actually had this hepatitis A, B, measles, rubella. I've had all of these vaccines. So smallpox, I've had smallpox. So all of these vaccines that I've had, and they have been, say, for example, so these are all the fetal cell line. So when they say fetal cell line, so what's a fetal? It's like a aborted fetus, fetal. So it's like a baby that's not born, or a baby that's like basically in the mother's belly. So that's a fetus. So fetal cell line. So all of this is coming from the fetal cell line, and you're getting vaccination for all of these diseases. So if you go to this website, Cellosaurus, you can find all the different cell lines. So this is from Cellosaurus. So you can find a vaccine cell line. So cell line HPPER-C6. So that's like for something. And it was created from a 18-week fetus. So FW is fetal week. So 18 fetal week. So sex unidentified. So this cell line was created from a fetal eye retina. So it was created, so I think it's called retinoblast, cell type retinoblast. So it comes from the fetal eye. So they have created this particular cell line from a fetal eye of a fetus that is 18 fetal weeks. Another one from Cellosaurus, we have a 14 fetal week that is of a male gender, and they have used the fetal lung, which is called the fibroblast cell type, fibroblast of lung cell type. So that is the MRC5. So this is from a 14 fetal week male, derived of fetal self derived from the fetal lung, MRC5. Let's see. So if we look for MRC5, there it is, MRC5. So that's for the hepatitis A. That vaccine I have had. So hepatitis A, B, hepatitis, and typhoid. I think I've had typhoid as well. So that's derived from that. That's derived from this MRC5. 14 fetal week, and you have from a fetal lung. So that's how you can check it out. So this is like Solosaurus. So this is not a conspiracy, it is science. And then you have another cell line that is an embryonic stem cell, and then that is derived from a female blastocyst stage. I don't even know what that is. That's probably in its very initial developmental stage. It hasn't even been 1 week or 2 weeks. It's like the blastocyst stage. So all of these have a scientific meaning and reason, and why they need certain developmental stage, and that certain developmental stage will give them a certain type of cell line that they can use for a very specific reason. So they know everything. So they know the human biology at its totality, basically. And this is like the master chef. So that's actually such a strange name, because master chef is like master and CHEF. So even these scientists, when they're calling these cells name master chef, that feels wrong to me. It's like master chef, like he's a chef and he's creating all these different cell lines from embryonic cell, from a female that is in their blaster stage. So they're calling themselves a master chef. It's like a bit like disconnected and bit detached. And then you have another one from Solosaurus. You have the CCRC1 cell line that is less than 1 day. And you have the finite and the immortal cell line. So you will see like this type of different developmental stage is used for different things. And then you have this Vax2. And it is said here, is causing an outrage in some pro-life circles because it is a cell line originating from an aborted 3-month-old female fetus. So this is a 3-month-old female fetus, and we can check out what this one is used for, and we can reference that. And it comes from the fetal lung fibroblast. We have this right here. COVID-19, also known as... So the mRNA, looks like the mRNA COVID-19 was developed from that Vax COVID-19. PLA Academy of Military Science. So that's your Vax2. Was for the mRNA COVID-19. And that was like, oh, it's causing outrage because it's from a 3-month-old fetus. So if you got the mRNA COVID-19 vaccine, it is coming from the fetal lung of a 3-month-old female aborted fetus. And then you have other applications of HEK, is the human embryonic kidney cells, often referred to as the HEK cell line, derived from an embryonic kidney tissue. And that HEK, common applications of HEK, flavor enhancement. So food scientists have utilized HEK293 cells to create flavors to enhance and improve the taste of numerous processed foods. HEK293 cell lines are widely used for testing new compounds, including those that could potentially be developed for food additives. So if you put this cell line in foods, it enhances the taste of the numerous processed food and makes them very addictive, and you basically become a demon that you can't stop eating. Then you have processed foods such as savory snacks, chips, crackers, salty. They all contain flavor compounds using the HEK cells. Frozen dinners, complex seasoning blends that have been developed using HEK cell line. And so that's your frozen dinner, soft drinks and alcohol beverages, sodas, beer and wine. They all have the HEC 293. And then advancement in biotechnology and future outlook. They're talking about plant-based solutions for consumers. Too late, because we're in the end times and they made us eat all this abortion stuff, and now they're like, oh, we're going to do vegan solution. It's like the end times, dude. The time's over. And and they know it's the end times. They know they can get away with it. They're just saying these things. They're never going to do it. They already knew from the start that they could do this, but they chose to do this, the heck, because they are actually all demonic, satanic, and they are contaminating us. They're contaminating our food with aborted fetuses, our vaccines, and they're giving it to us because they're spiritually contaminating us, because they're all demonic, satanic. So there's some disclosure for Cinemex. So Cinemex is the company that is using the HEC, specifically the HEC 293, aborted human fetal cell line used by Cinemex. So for all of these types, the different types of food that they are using, all these drinks, Oreo, M&M's, Schweppes, Pepsi, Doritos, Coke, Kraft, Lipton tea, Cadbury, Starbucks. So if you see Cinemex, they are using the HEC cell line for flavor enhancement. So all of these, many commercial food brands add flavor enhancers that contain aborted fetal cells. Cinemex developed patented flavor enhancers made from the HEC 293. HEC stands for human embryonic kidney cell. So they're putting this kind of stuff in all the fast food and all the packaged foods that is found in the Western world. Everyone is eating aborted fetuses. So this is not a conspiracy. This is science, and people need to know this. People need to go research Cinemex. They need to go and check out the HEC cell line, where it comes from. And this HEC cell line 293 is actually 239 aborted fetus were tested, and this particular 293 fetus was successful in creating the cell line. But there were 292 aborted fetuses that they tested on wasn't successful, so the 293 was a successful one. So when you see HEC 293, it's like 292 more fetuses before this was unsuccessful, and this was the successful one. So they put this everywhere. They put this in vaccines and foods. I call it the liquid gold cell line because they just use this everywhere. And also how they named COVID-19, because COVID-19 is like 2019, so they have the same way to label it. So it's all coming from the same place. So this is PubMed, National Library of Medicine, and they share a lot of their scientific studies and research. Here, as you can see in this one, we are doing a review of the fetal cell lines used during drug development, focus on COVID-19 vaccines, transplant medications, and biologics. So if you look at the keywords for this article, you will see COVID-19 vaccines, HEC, 293 cells, PER-C6 cells, cell and tissue-based therapy, embryonic cell and fetus cell line. So in summary, it says, a detailed literature search was conducted to identify the common fetal cell lines used in COVID-19 vaccine development. The two most prevalent fetal cell lines identified were HEC 293 and PER-C6. So the COVID-19 vaccines were developed using the fetal cell line HEC 293 and the PER-C6. So this is what the scientific article is talking about. If you go to Cellosaurus, you can type the cell line there you're looking for. You just press on that. You will get the information. So the PER-C6, sex unspecified, but a 18 fetal week. And it is derived from the fetal eye retina. So that's where the COVID-19 cell line was derived from, the 18-week fetal cell line. And apparently they like clone the cell, which is multiply it. So you can get lots of vaccines. They keep multiplying it. And you'll see like the PubMed is mentioned here. The patent for that is that. It's created by this Alex van der from Netherlands. They say like he created it. So if you go into Cellosaurus Cell Line Encyclopedia, then you'll get browse by cell line. So you get all of these information. Put you'll get all this, so many different variations of that. HEC 293, let's go into that one. So you'll get the HEC 293 fetal kidney, female fetus. Patent is CVCL 045, so that's the patent for HEC 293. This one you'll find it everywhere. So if I go into the patent, you get all these different names for HEC. Maybe these are all the many cell lines they created, all the many products from the HEC. See, HEC. So I hope that you don't think this is a conspiracy theory. This is not a conspiracy theory. You have to research. There's a patent for that. It's giving you all your scientific details for those who are into that. So it's very hard to pinpoint, and sometimes they make it quite difficult for us to research, but you can go in and figure it out. It's fetal kidney, female fetus, but it doesn't tell you how many months or weeks or fetal weeks. So now you know why they have 17 million abortions a year around the world, because they need aborted fetuses, to do the experiments and to do their tests to develop vaccines or whatever gene therapy that they are developing. They need the 17 million per year abortions for that. And humans basically don't even have a choice to have that abortion. Sometimes they can just make people pregnant and have an abortion. So they will put you in that position to be very uncomfortable, that when you're pregnant, you're not ready to be pregnant, or you didn't think to be pregnant, or you have too many kids and you cannot afford another kid. So they'll use those different scenarios to actually get you to have an abortion. So the satanic elites, they are telepathic with the human race, and they can make you have sex, and they can make you get pregnant, and they can make you have an abortion, because they need fetuses for all of these cell line developments, and they need lots and lots just to create this one HEC. You needed 293 fetuses just for one cell line. So all the gazillion cell lines that exist, so you know why there are so many abortions in this world, and that is not by chance and not by coincidence, is because they need it from us, and they promote that. They promote abortion, they promote casual sex, sleeping around, and so they can just take your fetus and do their experiments.